Hey, what's going on, guys? Today we're going to be taking a first look at the Mobile Suit Gundam G-Frame. So this is the first release in the G-Frame line. Volume 1 contains the new Gundam, the Sazabi, and the Unicorn Gundam in Destroy Mode. I was sent a set of all three. Thank you to Japan Toys out in Australia for sending those to me. When you buy like a box of these, you would get a box of 10 of them, in which case you would get 2 sets of the new, 2 sets of the Unicorn, and 1 set of the Sazabi. But in my case, I just got 1 set of each. So thank you to them for that. So there's set 01A and 01F. A would be armor, F would stand for frame. It's not A and B, A and F, so just keep that in mind. So what do you get with this anyway? It comes with a very static frame and all the armor for it, so it's kind of everything just to build just up the Gundam there. And then in set F, you get an inner frame and some weapons and a bust of the kit. The bust is also really cool. I like that. That's really cool for people who just like painting up little things like that. The inner frame with this set though is much more articulated. So with this, it's pretty much static. It's kind of like only really able to do just a standing pose like that, from what I understand. And then with this one, you're actually able to do a lot more with it in terms of posing it. And again, this one comes with the addition of the shield, the beam rifle, and the fin funnels for the back. The regular version here, no fin funnels, it looks like. So yeah, it's going to be pretty basic. Let's take a look just at first the set 01A. So on the back of the box there, you're just seeing that, what the Gundam looks like, what the frame looks like, and then how it's going to look with the addition of the articulated inner frame. And then on the side here, the lineup for Series 1. Once again, there's that, the Sazabi, and then the Unicorn in Destroy Mode. Here on the top, just a little bit more of just kind of the same imagery there. So let's pop it open. And with this being a candy toy, we do have a piece of Bandai chewing gum in there. Just all pops out, and as you can see, the instructions for building it are printed there on the inside of the box, so that's fun. And first impression is that it's actually kind of decently sized, a little bit larger than I was actually expecting. I was expecting it to be roughly about the same size as an Assault Kingdom figure, but it's definitely larger than that. So that's pretty cool. Let's get them all out of here and built up. Alright, so just straight out of the box, here is exactly what you're going to get from set 01A. Yeah, it's pretty static in this pose. There's a few points of articulation, which we'll look at in a minute. Some definite seam lines on there. Obviously, it's not a model kit. It's just a kind of candy toy figure. So yeah, it's got some seam lines. The proportions are also kind of strange. It definitely kind of reminds me a little bit of the proportions of the old Master Grade. It's got that kind of big head syndrome on there going on a little bit. So it's interesting. But I think this is definitely going to be much more greatly improved with the addition of set 01F. So here's just a look around that, and let's take a look at the articulation here briefly of what we got with just this set alone. The first step, just concerning the pre-painting, it's okay, but really not that great. Obviously, we have the Amuro logo there pre-printed. Otherwise, we have some pre-painting here for like the little yellow there for the vents, red parts here and there. A little nice little green there for the camera and for the eyes. That looks okay. Overall, the pre-painting though is just pretty subpar. It's nothing really too crazy. It is, again, it's this small candy toy. I think sold separately, these are probably sold for like 500 yen or something, so really not that much. Also kind of odd, there's just a big gap in the armor there on the top of the torso there, kind of right next to the shoulders. You'll see the most egregious seam line here going through the shoulder armor, as well as here on this side of the leg. But as it stands, the articulation will give you a little bit of movement here in the head, up and down. The arms can rotate here, but they can't move out or up or anything at all. You can't rotate the arm, you can't bend the elbow. The hand is on a ball joint, kind of. You can sort of move that around a little bit, but that's all. You just have this one open hand here. There's no articulation in the waist. You can't even rotate that or anything at all. The front skirts will move up and down individually. The side skirts as well will move up and down individually. But there's no articulation in the hips at all. You can't change the position of the legs at all. That said, it's nice that the position that it's fixed in is pretty nice, just in terms of the stance. You don't have to worry about trying to pose it correctly. The pose that you're given no choice of is pretty good. So no articulation here in the knees. You do have a little bit of movement here in the ankles though, but that's basically just, I mean, it really wasn't necessary because of the fixed angle of the legs. You really only need the ankles to be in one fixed pose as well. That said though, really nice detail though here around on the feet though, up underneath the feet. It's really quite nice. Here on the back of the leg, this little bit will move up and down on there as well, which is kind of okay anyway. Back skirts don't move, backpack, nothing moves on that. You can't change the angle of the beam saber handle or anything. And then obviously a big ugly peg here for where you're supposed to be plugging on the fin funnels. And so that's pretty much it for this set. It's kind of okay. The seam lines there are really mood killers for me. Those are really disappointing. Everything else I could kind of work with, kind of ugly proportions. Yeah, that's kind of it. But in terms of the figure itself, you could always just fully repaint it or just do some touch-up painting, at least going in and adding some panel lining on there, extra decals if you wanted. So overall, not too bad. But let's get a look at what we've got here with the other set. So once again, just a quick look around the box. It's all kind of pretty much the same stuff here on the back, talking a little bit more about everything you're getting in here. And then once again, just the lineup of other kits in this series. So, all right, let's pop this open. Once again, we've got our gum, of course. And then we can see we've got the beam rifle, the shield, the fin funnels, the bust, and the new inner frame. So let me get this all worked out. One thing here quickly, I just wanted to give you a little bit of a size comparison compared to a standard 1/144 scale HG Gundam. You can see it's pretty close in terms of the size. The new Gundam is actually taller than the RX-78, so it should be pretty large in comparison if they were the same scale. So I would have to say this is probably closer to around 1/200 scale, maybe something like that, maybe a little bit larger. Okay, and here we go with the vastly improved, much more articulated inner frame now installed. It takes a minute to kind of swap all the armor. Some of it's very tight, but once you get it all on there, it definitely improves this. I would say if you wanted to pick one of these up, definitely get a set where you have the more articulated inner frame. There's so much more that you can do with this. Just as it was kind of meh, but this is definitely much better with the addition of the extra armaments as well. The shield, the fin funnels, and the beam rifle makes for a pretty nice figure now. Still, I think I would just prefer like just a regular full-on model kit for me personally, but if you want something just cheap, simple, fun that you can just kind of have on your desk, relatively small as well, I think this makes a pretty cool thing. And if you wanted to go in and do more, like I said, detail painting, adding some more details in there, you can definitely do that. The other thing that you get with this set being the bust, which is pretty much the same size as the bust of the regular figure, but again, this is just a kind of cool extra thing you get in there added with it. It's nice just as it is, or even if you wanted to just go in and fully paint this up, it makes for a nice, just simple little bust that you could paint up of the figure. So overall, pretty cool, interesting series. It's similar to the Assault Kingdom series, but definitely larger and a little bit more detailed just in the fact that it has the inner frame that you can swap the armor and everything. But relatively, I mean, in terms of just the outer appearance and just the overall quality, I'd say it's kind of similar to the Assault Kingdom series if you ever built or if you've ever had any of those. So that is pretty much it for the new Gundam. We'll take a look at the Sazabi and the Unicorn as well in future episodes. Have any of you guys started collecting the G-Frame series figures? What do you think of the line? Has this review been helpful for you guys, whether you wanted to pick them up, yes or no? Let me know down in the comment section below. And as always, guys, hopefully you're having a great day. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Thanks for watching. See you next time.